Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week: a massive expansion for Sardis Secondary. The Royal Hotel's Whiskey Richards getting a grand opening. Details of the Chilliwack Restorative Justice Fundraiser and the BC Hockey League Chiefs, they make it to round 2 of the playoffs. Josh will have more in sports. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. The shovels and the construction crews about to descend on Sardis Secondary. At a Wednesday media briefing, Raka Singh, who is the Minister of Education and Childcare for the province, unveiled a $44 million 400-seat expansion to Sardis Secondary. It's going to consume what is currently the bus drop-off. Now that's going to be moved to another part of the school. But one teacher who wanted to remain anonymous telling chillTV that even with the expansion, plus 2 more teachers coming on board next year, it will still not ease the overcrowding of the school. chillTV was there for the announcement. You may recall an interview that we had from last fall with Abigail Montalvo, the new general manager for Chilliwack's historic Royal Hotel. Under the tutelage of the new owner, the Influent Group, the Royal has been undergoing an extensive restoration. You've no doubt seen the updates on social media. chillTV was thrilled to be at the official grand opening of Whiskey Richards, the new happening spot at the corner of Wellington and Main. So let's take a look at some of the images from this past Saturday's launch.
Welcome to Whiskey Richards' grand opening. Over the last several months, we have worked diligently and tirelessly to breathe new life into this 115-year-old structure, which has been a landmark of the Chilliwackian community since the city integrated as a municipality in 1908. We thank you all very much for your attendance, and we hope that you truly enjoy all of the offerings, services, and live events that we will have in this space for you, and that we can be a vibrant piece of the fabric of this community. Thank you.
And that looks amazing. Whiskey Richards builds itself as a bar that will evolve into a gastro pub as it develops relationships with local farmers and suppliers. It's also part of breathing life into the downtown core with a commitment to bringing regular live music to the stage, as well as other entertainment like comedians and DJs. It's also available for booking private events, 4,600 square feet of space. Abigail telling chillTV they expect only, quote, chill vibes, and yeah, we kind of like that. Chilliwack Restorative Justice is preparing for their Better Way celebration. It's a dinner and silent auction to raise funds for repairing and preventing harm and conflict in the community as well as schools. This is going to be inside the banquet hall at the Chilliwack Curling Club on May the 6th. The MC, comedian Cliff Prang, and the keynote speaker is restorative justice pioneer Dr. David Gustafson. Now, the fund's providing a safe and encouraging environment that allows vulnerable youth and adults to repair harm and prevent conflict and discover a better way of life. Week 4 of the transit strike, and some of the effects are very harsh. Some people have lost their jobs that they just can't get to. Others can't make their medical appointments. First Transit has filed an appeal with BC Supreme Court to keep picketers off their property. There was an Easter weekend driver protest in Abbotsford, and then another at Five Corners in Chilliwack this past Wednesday. Wages and pensions are still the hot-button issues, and there seems to be no end in sight. The annual citywide reading challenge is back. It's on until the 30th and presented by the Chilliwack Learning Society and the Bookman. It's open to everybody. The aim is to set a reading goal and read as many days as possible during all those days while the tracking is being recorded. Now, books, graphic novels, audiobooks, podcasts, all of that qualify. You can record your days of reading however you want. Phone, notepad, any electronic media. Now, if you do miss some days, that's okay. Now, at the end of the challenge, you enter a prize draw. Details can be found on the city website, as well as the social media for the Bookman. The number of puppies coming into the SPCA care is on the rise. Since the start of the year, BC SPCA has taken in almost 350 puppies. That's about 100 a month, compared to just 200 at this time in 2022. So obviously a huge spike and putting extra pressure on the shelters and the dedicated foster networks, as these little pups are often not old enough to be adopted out. So if you can help out as an adoptive parent for a pup or a mom, or just financial support, SPCA wants to hear from you. BC Liberal Party is no more. This week at an event in Surrey, the official name change was done to BC United. The same change now reflected in the legislature when those same MLAs are now recognized by the Speaker. Part of this branding is to separate any confusion in philosophy between the federal and old provincial Liberal parties. Back on March 27th, Hope Council voted 3-2 to deny a request that the Pride flag be flown in front of the district office during Pride Month in June. Megan Bokhorst is the co-founding member and chair of Hope Pride. She's also the director of marketing for Chilliwack Pride. And she has some good news when it comes to those flags. They are now in Hope, they are available, and they should be arriving in May. Chilliwack Community Services announcing their third annual Tour du Chilliwack family bike event in support of the 39 programs at CCS. Now, this will happen June the 10th. It's a Saturday, where it will take families through the beautiful countryside north of Chilliwack and portions along the canyon to the Coast Trail. The music fraternity in Fraser Valley is a strong one, and when it comes to helping one of their own, the word does get out in a hurry. There is a heart attack recovery fundraiser for Valley musician Cari, featuring bands, jam, an auction. It's all coming up on Friday at Corky's. $10 at the door. Stan Giles will be there, as well as the Tailgaters, Sanctuary, and Michelle and Beaver, and that'll be followed by a professional jam. After the break, the Chiefs are in round 2 of the playoffs, but they got to take on the Clippers. Josh will have sports, and then we'll have weather.
How's it going, everyone? Josh here. We're back with sports. You know the drill. This is what we do in this section. So you know what? Let's just jump into it. And we're going to start with some hockey because the Chilliwack Chiefs won their first round playoff series against the Coquitlam Express 4-1 to move on to the second round, where they will now play the Nanaimo Clippers, who clinched their first round playoff series with a 1-0 shutout of the Langley Rivermen on Saturday night to win their series 4-2. The new series will start Friday, April 14th in Nanaimo, and the Chiefs will host games 3 and 4 on April 18th and 19th, respectively, at the Chilliwack Coliseum. So definitely check out some playoff hockey in Chilliwack next week. Speaking of Chilliwack hockey, the Chilliwack Jets have announced the team player awards for the 2022-23 season, with forward Damian Matassian winning Rookie of the Year, forward Jacob Lindhout winning Most Improved, and MVP honors going to defenseman Mitchell Metcalf. Congrats to all the Jets players on a great season. I'm sure they'll be aiming higher next year. More end-of-season awards now, as Gabriel Ate and Taylor Richardson took top honors as University of the Fraser Valley's athletic department held its annual awards ceremony last week. The Cascades Awards celebrate excellence on display during the 2022-23 season, and Richardson starts for the men's soccer team, while Ate anchored the women's volleyball squad. And the two took home the Men's and Women's Athlete of the Year awards after fantastic seasons on the pitch and the court. The full list of winners can be found on the UFE Cascades website. The Columbia Bible College Bearcats Athletics announced the hiring of a new women's basketball coach. Taylor Claggett has joined CBC Athletics and is looking forward to the next chapter of her coaching journey. Claggett has had a long history with the Abbotsford sports community, having attended MEI, where she was a multi-sport athlete. She went on to play post-secondary basketball at the University of Fraser Valley, where she excelled as a student athlete from 2015 to 2020. During her time at UFE, she kind of cleaned up because Claggett was named Co-Rookie of the Year in 2015-16. She got the UFE Community Service Award in 2017-18 and won Female Athlete of the Year honors in 2018-19. As part of her post-secondary athletic journey, Claggett was involved with Athletes in Action, which was tremendously beneficial for her in being able to connect her personal faith with her sport. And following post-secondary basketball, Claggett went overseas to play professionally in Ireland, and she now returns home to take the helm of the Bobcats women's basketball team. So it's kind of a full circle moment for her. Very, very cool. Now, helping kids in the BC Children's Hospital Foundation, the Upper Fraser Valley Community for Kids Superheroes Big and Small Golf Tournament will be held at Cultus Lake Golf Club on May the 13th. If anyone would like to help with a donation or sponsorship for this year's golf tournament, you can reach out to them through social media by searching Upper Fraser Valley Community for Kids. This is the 25th edition of the annual golf tournament, which has raised over $870,000 for the BC Children's Hospital Foundation. So it's an incredible tournament. Please support it if you are able. All right, that is all we've got for sports today. Thank you as always for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Next up, we're going to have Cari with the weather.
chillTV weather with Cari Moore. Cari, are we going to get a break from those infamous April showers?
Thanks, Don. No, there's going to be no break in the rain anytime soon. The Mayflowers are going to be very abundant this year. Our temperatures this week are still quite low. Don't put your plants out yet because it's still very cool in the evenings. The best bet for sunshine is going to be Thursday. But one great thing that's happening next week is National Volunteer Week. Make sure you get out there and thank the volunteers in your lives. Our community couldn't run without them. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Cari. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note and your pictures and your video to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.